What's up guys, Heatfireash here, and today I've got my first team that I've created for Series 5 of VGC. This is a team based around Porygon-z, who's a Pokemon I've never used before, so this is going to be a first for me using this. I have used this team on Showdown over the past day, and I've been doing pretty well with it, so I figured, hey, let's make this my first team for Series 5, and I wanted to get it out a day early so that all of you can go ahead and rent the team right when Series 5 starts, so you'll be able to do that. I'm going to go over the team a little more in depth and show you one battle of the team in casual, just so you can kind of see how the team runs a little bit. But without further ado, roll the intro. Okay, so the Porygon-z team here. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of talk about each of the Pokemon and why I chose them and what exactly their role is and all of that. So if you don't really care about that and you just want to see the battle, you can go ahead to the link right there, timestamp. Yeah, probably right up there. And that'll take you right to the battle and you can just watch that if that's what you're interested in. But if you want to see how the team runs and my explanations, just stick around. So first off, obviously Porygon-z, he's our heavy hitter. He's going to be our main attacker. And he has an insane attack stat of 135. And the adaptability, which basically gives double stab. Essentially, it's double stab, which is crazy, especially with a max move. Hyper Beam is going to give us a 150 base power max move that gets double stab. So essentially, it's stab plus like choice specs, something like that, in a max move, which is crazy. So he hits extremely hard. And usually, we're going to be pairing it with Talonflame, which is going to be able to give us Tailwind support. And that way our Porygon will be able to outspeed most threats, assuming our opponent doesn't have Tailwind. And also, Max Strike, if you didn't know, actually lowers the speed of your opponent's stuff. So even if they do Tailwind, you get one Max Strike off, you're probably going to be able to outspeed them for the rest of the game. Likely, unless they have, you know, max flying. So that's pretty good there. These moves, I mean, there's a lot of different moves. Thunderbolt I had on Porygon for a while. There's a lot of choices there. I decided to go with Psychic for Terrakion because otherwise I don't really have much to deal with Terrakion on this team. So Psychic can do some serious damage. Ice Beam is going to be good against like ground type stuff like that, which I don't really have a ton for either. Also good against flying types and dragon, so a little more extra stuff there. Dark Pulse obviously is going to be good against psychic types, but really I have this for Dusclops. Dusclops is really hard to deal with if you can't just stop the Trick Room from going off. It just pain splits over and over, so I have Dark Pulse to kind of take care of that. For Talonflame, we're going with Will-O-Wisp. Is really good to counter physical attackers. Obviously Flare, Blitz, and Brave Bird hit extremely hard. Even though Talonflame doesn't have that high of attack, it's still pretty much a... it can deal some decent damage, basically. Which is why I'm preferring it right now over something like Whimsicott. We can actually hit pretty hard. And obviously, Tailwind and Focus Sash, so we can at least live one hit. Pretty useful. We got a Moongus here, who is really good in Trick Room as well, because it's so slow. So if your opponent does get Trick Room off... oftentimes you can use a Moongus and it'll outspeed their stuff in Trick Room, which is great. But obviously very supportive. Giga Drain is going to be nice to gain back some health and get recovery. Rage Powder, obviously very strong at redirection. Sludge Bomb, good against some stuff like Rillaboom, that's very popular right now. And also Spore, really good at putting stuff to sleep. Speaking of putting stuff to sleep, my game's going to sleep. Urshifu, who is the new legendary from Isle of Armor. This is the regular version, the Fighting Dark. And the reason I'm using this one is because of the psychic spam teams that are very popular with like Alakazam and Indeedee. They're very, very popular, and obviously they can't hit dark stuff at all. You do have to be careful though, because most Alakazams are running Dazzling Gleam just to deal with Urshifu. So, you know, you can switch into Urshifu. You just have to be aware that if you don't have Tailwind up, you're gonna get one shot by a Dazzling Gleam. So be aware of that. But regular close combat, Wicked Blow, signature move. Iron Head's going to be pretty good when you can Dynamax. And then we're running Detect just because of Imprison. We can still use it over Protect. Duraludon is another Pokemon that I kind of just threw on the team because it can do pretty well against rain, as it does have Thunderbolt. It's definitely an option there. Also, you can Dynamax it, and with Stalwart, you can often one-shot Hatterene before it gets Trick Room up. If it's not Babbery Berry or Focus Sash, but I have been seeing some more running that, so I don't know how relevant it is, but that's definitely there for that use, just like it was back in the beginning of like Series 1. An Expert Belt's just a pretty good attacking item. This is a fast. We're max speed here, so not bulky at all. Max speed. And then Azumarill, who's another new Pokemon I really have been wanting to use. Just, I don't know, ever since Azumarill became a fairy type, I've just been like, man, this thing seems pretty good. Huge power ability is really, really awesome. And then we got the Assault Vest on there. This thing's pretty tanky, has a very high base HP. And then put on the Assault Vest. This thing is going to be tanking. I mean, really tanking special attacks. So we're throwing on Play Rough, Liquidation, Aqua Jet, obviously, for that priority. Really nice. And then Steel Roller, which is a new move tutor move. It's a steel move. It's 130 power. And it gets rid of your opponent's, or not your opponent's, but anyone's terrain. But you can only use it if there's terrain up. So if your opponent's side spamming you, or you're sick of priority moves from Rillaboom, you can go ahead and just use Steel Roller, get rid of that terrain. And yeah, it's just kind of the first tutor move that I wanted to throw on Azumarill. It's pretty situational, but it's either that or Superpower, and I feel like you're rarely going to use Superpower on Azumarill. But it's another option anyway. But that's the team right there. Your main lead with this team is going to be Porygon-z and Talonflame. You're going to want to go with the Talonflame for that Tailwind, and then just nuke some stuff with Max Strike, Dynamaxing the Porygon. That's going to be your main line of thought against most teams. Against other teams, against Psychic Spam, you can go also Porygon-z and Talonflame. Go for the Tailwind. That way you can try to one-shot an Alakazam, assuming it does not have Focus Sash. You'll be outspeeding it. So that works pretty well for that. Let's see. If you're going against Dusclops, Trick Room, I would go with Porygon and Urshifu. You're going to Dynamax Urshifu and go for a Wicked Blow. That's going to be really, really strong. You're going to be hitting so much damage with the Wicked Blow, and then the Dark Pulse from the Porygon is going to be enough to one-shot. So that's basically the only way you can deal with it. If they have redirection with the Dusclops, kind of going to be in trouble. I haven't run into that yet, so if it becomes popular, we might have to make some changes to the team. Right now, that's what I would do. And I would say if you're against, excuse me, Hatterene and Indeedee, go with Duraludon, Dynamax the Duraludon, and hit it with a Max Steel Strike into the Hatterene. Hopefully, it's enough to knock it out. You could also go with Urshifu along that line as well and try to one-shot the Indeedee. And that way, Indeedee's gone and Hatterene's either knocked out or probably at its Focus Sash and not going to be able to do too much from that point onward. And let's see, what else? I mean, against Rain, I would just go Porygon and Talonflame, even though Talonflame's super weak to water. You do have a Focus Sash, you can live, and you're going to need the Tailwind. And also, make sure you bring Azumarill against Rain. Azumarill is basically anti-Kingdra. You can tank any hit from Kingdra, and then you got Play Rough. That's just going to one-shot it, assuming it's not Dynamaxed. So yeah, Azumarill's really good against Kingdra, which is kind of why I threw it on the team, because Rain's really popular right now. But that is the team right there. We're going to go ahead and get into a battle, and hopefully you can at least see how the team runs a little bit, and you can use the team, when Series 5 comes out. Please do hit that like button if you enjoy the content, and subscribe if you want to see more. Let's get into the battle. Okay, game number 1. Is this James Beck? I think it is. So this will be an interesting game. This will be very interesting. Okay, so we see a water team with Politoed and Kingdra. Caesar in there as well. Amoonguss. This is going to be... Let's see. Can we just go for Porygon? I think we probably can just go for a Porygon Talonflame. Talonflame's pretty weak against water, but I really need Tailwind in this matchup. I guess I could think about going on Moongus as well. Moongus does pretty well against the entire team. I might need Talonflame for Caesar, though. I'm not really sure what they're going to go. I mean, they could go for something with the Togekiss. Let's just go Talonflame. I want to bring in a Moongus, I believe. And then the last would either Duraludon or Azumarill. I don't know if Azumarill's really... It can tank some water hits, but... it's pretty good against Kingdra, though. Let's go with Moongus and Azumarill. Let's see how that does for us. See what the lead is here. See if he just goes for straight rain or maybe Kingdra Togekiss. Gonna bring in the Politoed in the back, I'm not sure. But I think I just want to get up a Tailwind and just go for some nukes with Porygon. That's kind of what I'm going for. Okay, Togekiss Crocodile here. Togekiss doesn't get... Yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay. I was just like, is it Anger Point? But it's not. It's Intimidate Crocodile. So no Anger Point shenanigans. Can we one-shot Crocodile? Probably not. Is it going to have anything? I mean, we can definitely tank one close combat or anything like that. We can absolutely tank. So let's go for just a Max Strike in the Crocodile, I think. Even if Togekiss goes for Follow Me, I'm okay with just nuking the Togekiss. We could go for a Will-O-Wisp on Crocodile as well. But I think I just want to get Tailwind up. Just don't want to have to worry about speed. Otherwise, Crocodile will be outspeeding us. So we're going to go ahead and go for that Dynamax on Porygon-Z, which is kind of the point of the team. Dynamax Porygon-Z and try to just nuke because it's extremely high special attack stat. See if we can't deal some damage here. No, they didn't Dynamax. Okay, so they're saving the Dynamax. Oh, no, they are. So it's not, unless this is Togekiss Dynamaxing. Is it Togekiss? Okay, it's Togekiss. What might Togekiss have? Could actually have a fighting move. It's possible. Or it could just be going for an Airstream. We'll have to see here. But we get our Tailwind up, which is good. And I guess maybe I should have went into the Togekiss. I'm not 100% sure, but let's get that Max Strike off, see if this is enough to one-shot the Crocodile. And it is. Okay, good. So good trade there, right out. Lowering the speed of the Togekiss, which is nice, although we do have the Tailwind. Don't want too many Max Airstreams to go off. We should be able to tank whatever the Togekiss does to us. We should at least one hit. So, yep. We're not going to be able to tank another. So now the problem is that Togekiss is pretty strong. Pretty strong. This is where having Duraludon would be nice. The question is, do I go for a Max Lightning into Togekiss? Do we go for a Max Lightning? If it's weakness policy, that could be bad. Could be real bad. I don't think we need to go for it. I think we can just Max Strike it. Let's double up in the Togekiss. Maybe we can knock it out. Probably not, though. We might die from a Scald, though, from the Politoed. What if we just Max Strike Politoed? Then how do I deal with Togekiss, though? I think we have to double Togekiss here. Even though I don't really like it, I think we kind of have to. If he Max Guards Togekiss and then Scalds, it's going to be a little annoying. Yeah, that does nothing at all. That thing is tanky. Yeah, this is not getting the KO. So we're going to lose our Porygon here, which is pretty annoying. Ooh, that was actually much closer than I thought. Somehow if we can hold on from a Scald, but I don't think there's any chance. There's no chance we're holding on from a Scald. I probably should have just swapped out. I probably should have just swapped out Talonflame, to be honest. Because now we're definitely down a Pokemon. Although we might be able to knock out the Togekiss with an Aqua Jet. That might be a possibility. We'll have to see here. Yeah, there's a Scald. So we're not living this. Not in the rain. Well, I don't think we'd live it anyway. Probably should have swapped out Talonflame there. I think that was a mistake. But we do have a Mungus and a Azumarill left, which I think are going to be do pretty well against this team. A Mungus could be problematic just because of max airstream. So we have to hope Aqua Jet knocks out Togekiss. It is in the rain, so I could see it happening. But I don't know. Let's go for a Spore on Politoed because I don't want to get Parasonged. That would be bad. And let's just go for an Aqua Jet and then see if it's enough. It's going to be close. That thing is pretty tanky. Oh, just barely. Okay. I'd have to see, like, if we would have gotten that without the rain. But I'm glad the rain was up actually helping us there. That was huge. Oh, he's still faster. I was hoping that with Tailwind we would actually be faster. So that's a little bit unfortunate for us. I don't think we're going to be able to get rid of that Politoed then. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I really thought Amoonguss would be faster. But we're min speed Amoonguss, so that was probably stupid of me. I should have went for a Giga Drain there. That might have cost me the game. But it is Kingdra, and luckily we have a pretty good match against Kingdra, so I think we just got to go for Giga Drains on Politoed, and we go for Play Roughs here and just hope we can get there. We are Assault Vest Azumarill, which matches up pretty well against Kingdra in general. It's just going to be a matter of can we get rid of both of them in 3 turns. And I don't know if we can. Don't know if we can. We'll have to see. I don't know if we can one-shot Kingdra. We might be able to one-shot Kingdra, actually. I really don't know. Could go for a Protect on Kingdra, too. Could protect the Kingdra and try to just stall out here, so that could really be our downfall. It's just Protect stalling at this point. Parasong is definitely a real threat. One of the reasons Politoed is so much stronger than Pelipper. Okay, yeah, Protect. Can't really do much against that. Could have predicted it, but it's up in the air. First turn of sleep. Hope this Giga Drain does a lot, but Politoed's pretty specially defensive, yeah. Well, Tailwind is over. It's not that big of a deal, but we're gonna go for the Kingdra again. Giga Drain into Politoed. Hopefully Politoed stays asleep. We should be able to tank this, no problem. Yeah, look at that, man. Look how tanky that thing is. And it is Life Orb, which is good. No Focus Sash. Yes, Politoed's asleep again. We might be good here. See if this gets the KO. It does. Awesome. Feels good there. This is exactly why I have a Azumarill on this team. Is kind of the deal with Kingdra. And we should... Actually, how many turns? Okay, eats the berry. So he protects here. Oh, we're done. Oh, no, we lost. Wait, no, we might have actually won because Amoonguss will be the last thing to die. I think. I think that's how it works. I should probably go for Liquidation here because I don't want to miss. Right, a Liquidation's 100, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to miss if he stays asleep. Okay, he just cancels there. Yeah, we would have won because Amoonguss is the slowest, so. Great game there. I believe that was James Beck, so using a pretty cool rain team there. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. It really does help support the channel, and I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.